long election day is in the books, and Nebraska has a new governor, minimum wage will be going up, and lots of new faces on city councils, school boards, and more. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, it was a long, busy election day that poured over into the early morning hours. Polls opened at 7 a.m. and had voters with a 12-hour window to cast their ballots for candidates vying for seats on Capitol Hill, the Nebraska State Capitol, local city council, and school board races, and more. A long process for some counties, as Scottsbluff County did not have their final election results distributed until approximately 3:45 this morning. One of the big local races was for Gering mayor. 12 years after a near-successful write-in campaign for mayor, Kent Ewing has been elected to serve as the mayor of Gering. The final results show that the Gering businessman defeated a longtime Gering educator, Eldon Hubbard, by a vote of 1,532 to 815. Ewing will succeed two-term Mayor Tony Kaufman, who opted not to seek re-election in 2022. Also in the Gering City Council, former council member Rebecca Shields was elected back onto the council in Ward 1 by defeating challenger Anthony Mason. While there will not be a new aquatic center in the city of Scottsbluff anytime soon, as voters rejected a half-cent sales tax proposition to pay for the venture. The proposition failed with 52% voting against and 48% in favor. The vote leaves the proposed project without a funding mechanism. Advocates for the new facility cited the many aging or defunct swimming facilities throughout Scottsbluff and Gering. We'll have more news right after this.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
Welcome back. The Scottsbluff City Council has extended an offer to Scottsbluff Police Chief and interim city manager Kevin Spencer to take the position and remove the interim title. Spencer told KNB News that he was thankful for the opportunity.
I'm very pleased, to say the least. Need to thank my co-interim city manager, Liz. She's been outstanding to work with, and so have all the department heads. We have great staff here at the city, and everybody's working hard, and right now everybody's pulling in the same direction, and we're getting a lot of pretty good work done, so it's really great to be a part of, and I look forward to the coming months and years and moving the city forward.
The vacancy was created in February after the council opted to terminate the contract of former city manager Dustin Reef. Terms of the contract will be determined at a later date. Well, a 34-year-old Oregon man who was caught passed out in his vehicle with more than 10 pounds of marijuana in Chadron has been sentenced. Alan Powley was arrested in March after officers made contact with him as he slept in his car on Main Street, and a search revealed the pot, suspected heroin, meth, and paraphernalia. In September, he pleaded to distribution of a controlled substance, and on Tuesday was sentenced to 364 days in jail with 224 days of credit for time already served. And Eastern Wyoming College is sponsoring a community meeting hosted by EWC Faculty Senate and EWC Staff Alliance on November 17th at 6:30 in the EWC Fine Arts Auditorium on the Torrington campus. This will be a time to learn what has and is happening at Goshen County's local community college, and the meeting will also be a chance to look ahead into EWC's future. The meeting will give individuals an opportunity to hear from college representatives, including EWC's new president, Dr. Jeffrey Hawes. There will be a short presentation updating the community, followed by a time for questions and answers.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, we're going to be dealing with cloudy skies across the area. We don't have much snow chances. A flurry or two, not out of the question. And then as we get later on into the night, we're going to remain partly cloudy. Unfortunately, we're going to miss the snow, or fortunately, depending on how you want to look at it. That snow's going to be well to our north. We're going to have cold air stick around here, though, as the colder air comes in tonight. And some winds possible as well, but winds aren't going to be terrible either. 63 yesterday after a morning low of 25. That's 63 a distant memory after today. Nothing in the rain gauge. We're just a couple of hundredths now above for the month and almost 6 inches short of normal for the year. And hopefully we can find some moisture soon, because it's not coming in the next 7 days. And the winds really aren't going to be bad either. We're going to stay breezy at times, but all in all, not bad in the wind department, which is good because we're not going to be very warm most of the next 7 days. Heading to school tomorrow, we'll give you a 20-degree temperature, so we'll give that a C and C- on the way home, as we're just not going to warm up much out there at all. Here's the current temperatures. Almost like something's going on, like a cold front that's blasting its way across here. Yes, that cold front is definitely out there, and as you can see, the warmer air off to the south and east and the cooler air back behind it. 21 in Gillette right now. There's a 72 in Topeka. Closer to home, 27 in Chadron, believe it or not. 61 in North Platte. That's only about 150, 160 miles there, and a 35-degree difference in temperatures. So that cold front's coming if you don't have it yet. Winds still out of the south there in North Platte. Northeasterly winds, driving temperatures down and gusting at times up to 20 to 25 miles an hour. Now, as we look at Futurecast, unfortunately, the moisture not going to be very plentiful here across our region. The snow, you really can't see it here on Futurecast because it's too far north up into the Dakotas. We'll see an isolated shower here or there, a snow shower or flurry that can't be ruled out as we go through the afternoon hours tomorrow. Otherwise, it's going to remain just quiet, cold, and thankfully not overly windy because, like we mentioned, temperatures really aren't going to go anywhere over the course of the next really 7 days. Lows overnight going to flirt with single digits in some areas, teens to near 20, and not going to go anywhere tomorrow. Highs mostly in the 20s and 30s. Yeah, look at Lusk, a high tomorrow of just 20. So that cold air not very far away. And boy, not much coming out there in the precip department. Very light amounts, and snowfall amounts even lighter. A few hundredths is all we're going to get here in our area. The snow just a little too far to the north of us. You can see the European model keeping those totals in the Dakotas, and very similar to the GFS model. Some of those areas in the North Dakota region could pick up 1.5 feet to 2 feet of snow. Cloudy early tonight, then we'll call it partly cloudy after midnight, and we're going to talk about a low down around 19. Tomorrow, chilly. Mostly sunny, though, and 34 for a high. And our 7-day forecast doesn't really warm up hardly at all in there. We have a 46 on Saturday after another day in the 30s for your Veterans Day on Friday. Then back into the 30s to start next week, maybe low 40s. really, all in all, we're normally be about 55, so well below normal for all of the upcoming weekend and into, I think, really all of next week, too.
I really like how our OB department takes our limited amount of doctors and turns it into a strength. Even though we only have a couple of people, you get to know them well over your entire pregnancy. We have 2 state-of-the-art labor rooms that are new with our last addition. We have a couple of very nice postpartum rooms also right here in the hospital, so they can get as much time with mom and baby as possible.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome back. For this week's featured pet of the week, we meet Simon, a 7-year-old retriever lab mix that's looking for a great forever home. As you can see, he has a lot of energy left for a senior dog, and staff says his smile will make you fall head over heels for him. Simon's adoption cost is $150. That includes his neuter, microchipping, and vaccinations. Plus, whoever adopts Simon will also receive a $25 Murdoch's gift card to start spoiling him right away.
The Evergreen Credit Card by FNBO. Earn unlimited 2% cash back on every purchase. Every day. Everywhere. Never worry about expiring points or category restrictions. Plus, there's no annual fee. Only from the Great Big Small Bank. A bank ever ready for you to earn more, wherever life leads. Evergreen by FNBO.
Welcome to Kelly's, home of the Valley's best selection of wine, spirits, and beer. Whether you're brand loyal to the tried and true brew or really enjoy trying something different and new, Kelly's has something for everyone. Family owned and operated and right on your way on West 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Kelly's Liquor. If you can't find it at Kelly's, it's not worth drinking.
Well, let's take a peek at what's happening on your midweek community calendar.
The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. First State Bank is now Riverstone Bank. Community strong with the same people you know and trust.
Panhandle Trails Intercity Public Transit, based in Alliance, Nebraska, is the only intercity bus serving Nebraska Panhandle communities and Pine Ridge, South Dakota. Panhandle Trails operates a regularly scheduled bus service, assisting you in making connections with Greyhound bus partners, regional airports, healthcare, employment and education opportunities, shopping, family, friends, and more. Panhandle Trails serves the general public of all ages and offers accessible transportation for those with special mobility needs. Let Panhandle Trails help you make your connection. Call 308-761-8747.
Looking for free instead of fees? Platte Valley Bank can help you keep your finances moving forward with no ATM fees. Whether you're headed to the lake, the mountains, or just to the grocery store, you can enjoy the freedom of free ATM access anywhere, anytime. Platte Valley Bank. You belong here.
And finally tonight, lead occupational health nurse Melissa Rupp has been named Regional West's 2022 Caring Kind Award recipient. This award honors outstanding healthcare staff members who have demonstrated compassion for patients, cooperation with coworkers, and dedication to excellence in their job responsibilities. Since 1979, Nebraska hospitals have honored their finest staff members with the Caring Kind Awards. Regional West Vice President and Chief Quality Officer Margot Ferguson praised Rupp's leadership throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.